There's down below, and if you hover over them, there should be like a pin button.
The only thing I see when I hover over is chat with Ben Zarukin.
There should be one for Sister Regional Turkey.
There's only I don't know why it's mine. Okay, 13. Let's see. Just plug my laptop in because I die soon. Hello, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started with the lesson. All right, let's start off with your deep breathing. So go ahead and take a seat. Arms up. Palms up, back straight. Close your eyes and breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. From the lower abdomen, breathe in. And breathe out. In. Out. In. Out. In. And out. In. Out. In. Breathe all the way out. And breathe in as deep as you can. When you can hold this breath any longer, breathe out and bring your hands down to your knees, palm up. Okay, and if you haven't already, go ahead and exhale. Bring your arms back up. When you hear begin, take 10 breaths as deep and as fast as you possibly can. Hold the last breath for as long as you can. And begin. Hold. Hold it as long as you can, even after you're done exhaling. Still breathing in through your nose, into your lower abdomen, and out through your mouth. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and stand up. Reaching up high as you can, up. Lock your legs, reach down. All the way back up. Try to touch your ceiling. Lock your legs and try to palm the floor. One more time, all the way up. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back heads. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's do a moderate speed arm circles forward 15 times and go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Keep your elbows straight.
Cross your arms and your elbows. 1, 2, and on your toes. 3. And let's repeat together. Make sure you're reaching for the walls and not behind you. Feel like your arms are being pulled to the sides. One more. Good. Feet together, forward exercise 1. 1. Inhale deep. 2. Exhale, drop all the way down, but then try to get your back more up straight. 3. And 4. And follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it together with the breathing. Pick up the pace. Emphasize that breath.
Paula, try to lock your elbows. Try to get your elbows totally straight.
Good. Blades of the hands above the knees and bend. 1, 2, 3, and lock. 1, 2, 3, and bend. And lock. Bend.
Ife, hands above your knees.
Lock. Bend. Lock. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A few more times. Get those knees nice and loose. Good. Keeping the knees pinned together, circle. 1 and 2. Feel the range of motion. 3. Try to feel the range of motion in your knees. 5, 6, 7. Big circles. 8, 9, and 10. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your ankles and knees opening. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're gonna do high knees together. Follow me until we stop. Keep going. Keep going. Knees up. Last 5 seconds, pick it up. Good, okay. All right, opposite toe touches, legs apart, arms up to the sides. Reach across, other hand up. And switch. Stretch, reach for the floor, reach up to the ceiling. Switch. All right, let's go together and begin. Come on, count those.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50.
All right, let's go on to the next movement. Your tiger push-ups. Let's go from here, breathe in, breathe out, and just go whatever height you feel comfortable with. And then from there, hands in a claw position. And let's go together. And 1. All the way back, 2. Sit all the way back, 3. 4. Sitting all the way back, 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Then from here, hands on the hips. Let's do 20 seconds. I'm gonna count to 20 Alex.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Good. Okay, go ahead and ease up. All right, let's go into our from the floor movements. 3 times and hold the last one for 10 seconds. Head to your feet. 1, 2, 3, and hold. Reach your head to your feet. Good, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, and hold. Reach your head to your feet. Good, one more time. And 1, 2, 3, hold. Reach your head to your feet. Good. Okay, let's go to this one, legs apart. Same movement, we're just gonna do it 10 times in a row. But try to pull your toes back and keep your toes up, okay? Don't let the toes move as you rock. Keep the toes up as your head goes forward, okay? Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. All right, then from there, go ahead and stand up. Let's go into Umyanga exercise number 3. Everybody take a deep breath. Let's go together. higher belts, actually, you should practice a step over. So this back leg will come up to like a crane, and then from there you relax over the other leg into a T, then back down. This is the higher way of doing it. And step. Step.
Pick your leg up a little higher, Albina, when you switch.
Try not to miss any, okay? Step.
That's better.
Step. Step. You don't have to touch the ground, but come close to that ankle if you can. Step.
Alec, try to bring your hands all the way down to your chest. Right, and squeeze your palms together.
Inhale. If I don't miss any, you don't miss any. Not every day I'll go through this with you, but for today I will. You have to follow. If you have a carpet, you can actually barely touch it, then come up.
Sister Nick, just try to rotate to your left a little bit more when you go back on your other side. And twist your left shoulder back. Oh, you're right. Yes. Yes.
Don't miss any. Keep your back straight. As you drop, chest up. Went over the pain or the sensation. Keep going.
Raluca, try to twist a little more.
Some of the higher belts, 6th section, 1st degree, you can actually turn to this foot. Open up the hip more. Twist. Twist. But make sure your feet stay in the right position.
That's better, Ife. Albina, really try to squeeze your palms together, tight. Try to keep the heels of your palms together. And then squeeze. Yeah. That's also really good for your wrists.
Keep that back straight though, no matter what. Don't start to lean forward. Don't miss one.
That's good. Try to keep your flat foot a little more forward, Amanda. Yep, that's it.
Use that breathing. Go through, don't miss one. You have to find your own self-discipline. It hurts, I know. This is how you grow. See more. Try to bring that knee to your ankle. Touch your opposite ankle with that knee and come right up. Good. And take a deep breath. I was also warming myself up. After this class, I'm going to do my practice. Okay, let's go ahead and review your Kuyang-bo, or your snap form number 2. So from a light horse position, cross your arms. Now let's concentrate on your wrist rotation. So if you're here, this is a big difference from here to here. It's huge. So make sure the thumbs, more than anything, are tight against these 2 fingers. And then start to tighten those thumbs as you turn like this. You should feel that go all the way down your arm. Okay, so that'll be one of the focuses today. So from here, coil, lift the shoulders up a little bit. Then as you breathe out, just let everything go except for the thumb. Let it go. Right. Should feel more like you're releasing it as opposed to like you're pushing it. Because it's all being coiled here. Shoulders are coming slightly up, wrists are rotated. Then you just relax and let it release. Okay. And remember, all your connective tissue, all your fascia and tendons are all coiling in that position. Coil, tighten the thumb, rotate the fingers, and release it. Right. By the time you finish that breath, you're done. So if you want to go down faster, breathe faster. Bring it up. Inhale deep, and then when I say breathe out, then you're going to be in that position. Out. You're going to try to get from here to here in a half a second or a quarter of a second. Okay? Ready? Breathe in. Out. Use that breath. Concentrate on that thumb. Go ahead and try a few on your own. Breathe in. As you breathe in, rotate, pick up the shoulders, and out. Explode into that position. A few more times. In. Out. Release. Again, in. Twist. Out. Release. In. Out. Rotate. Do it again. In. Twist. Out. Good. Try it a few more times on your own. Go ahead. Keep going. Feel that coil. That's good, Amanda. You're going to be conscious of all your tissue, not just your muscles, but everything's twisting and coiling. Good, Daniel. A little more out to the sides, though, instead of behind you. Right. You do want to go behind you, but you also want to go out to the sides about a 45 degree angle. That's it. Yeah, good. Good. A few more. Really put your full power into that, then just drop the whole body down. Good. Okay, now the next one, focusing on coiling. Again, you're here, but it's not just here. Try to concentrate on almost bringing, imagine like you're trying to bring both hands this way. So you really feel that twist and coil, and your shoulders are all the way forward, okay? And then from there, you start to lead with the elbow. and release. Good, try that again. Everybody should be in like a light horse position. Coil, turn the hands over as much as you can. Start to expand the chest a little bit. So feel that. It's not coming from your arms, but it's coming from your shoulders and your chest expanding. Then release. Good. Let's add 1 and 2 together again. So again, tight thumbs, twist, breathe in and out. Good. So it's behind you, but it's also up to the sides. And then next one, imagine like you're trying to touch the pinkies. Round those shoulders as much as you can forward. Make sure your elbows aren't down here, but they're ready to fire in the direction you want your hands to go. And release. Good. Not too low, Sister Nick, a little more here. Almost like you're deep breathing, but a little lower. Right, shoulder height. Just try that again. Again, try to concentrate and turn your hands in rounding your upper back. Everything's rounded, then release it. That's it, good. Okay, again, from 1, shoulders are rounded, then 2, chest expands. Round the shoulders, and again, chest opens. So your chest is closing, opening. Good. One more time for the next step. 1, 2, close and open. Good.
Nicole, keep your wrists more straight. It's a slight bend. Yes, that's a little better.
Yeah, so you don't want to be like a deep breathing, but more straight off this way. Okay, then from there. Now the next one is, imagine like you're trying to touch your elbows behind your back. Expanding, feel that in your shoulders and back, and then rotate and release. Do it again, pull back, feel the coil, and drop. All right, think more like a bow and arrow than lifting a weight. You're using that tensile strength. Pull back, and release. Do it again. Pull back, and good. Okay. And everybody has the next one from there. So let's go from the top. Again, we're focusing on that twisting, right? So 1, bring it in. 2, pull back. 3, and then from here, pull back, open that chest, and rotate. Good. Good. And as you rotate, you're finishing pseudo in. Okay, let's do it again. Gather in 1. Gather. 2. Pull back tight, much as you can, and release. 3. Expand the chest back. Make sure your elbows aren't up. Keep them down. And imagine like about to push a boulder and then rotate. Good. Let's put that all together. And 1, 2. This is how you get speed. You have to know where to coil. 3. Pull back. And 4. There's a lot of things that you need for speed, but one is you have to know how to coil the joint and connective tissue. You have how to wind it properly, right? How fast is an arrow? It's extremely fast, but it doesn't come from the push, it comes from the pull, yes? Okay, so same thing with your body. You have to know where to gather, where to create that coiling, and then the work is done for you. You just let it go, okay? So concentrate more on how you're preparing than what you're doing at the end for today, okay? Ready? Breathe in. Concentrate on how all the tissue is coiling, then let it go. Bring it in. How are you coiling everything? Let it go. Bring it in. Let it go. Bring it in. Expand the chest. Let it go. And then start to repeat. Go ahead and try that for a couple minutes on your own, and we'll make any corrections we see. Go ahead. Continuous movement. That was good, Albana. Good. Keep going. Make sure it's a Gansu, Albana. The tips of your fingers are striking on this one. Right. So that's striking this way with your index finger. Good. Keep going. First one is a down block. Second one is a Kyaksu. Third one is a Gansu. And then the last one from there is hitting with your blade, your Suda. Right. So keep going, everybody. That's good, Alec, but as you lift here, don't let your elbows come up. Lift your shoulders to keep the elbows to the body. That's better, right? Good. Right, for tissue. It's good, Amanda. Good. Good. On that last one, Amanda, just try not to have your elbows up. Try to keep the elbows more down. Because you don't want to go like this. You want the elbows more down because it's going to be this kind of motion. Okay. Good, keep going. It's good, Daniel, but right now you're going a little too much back. Gotta go more to the sides. Your energy's going this way. You want still too much back. Think more to the sides. That's better, even a little more than that. Most of your energy is going this way. Okay, and then some of that energy is, and it's coming at a 45-degree angle, but away from the body, so you're deflecting anything coming in this way. Just like that. That was a little bit better, but even more so just to the side. Right, once it clears, once it's past your rear end, you're pretty much covered, so you don't need to go any further than that. Right, everybody else, as I'm speaking, make sure you're just moving, okay? That's how you're gonna change. Keep your body moving. Try to listen, absorb. That's good, Josh. Good. Keep those elbows in on that last one. Good. Good, Molly. Molly, make sure when you strike, you don't let this one bounce, but try to lock it and reach. There you go. Good. Bring it in. Good. Right, we're going to go for a couple more minutes on this one. Right. And one way, this is a simple form, but it's not that simple. There's a lot to it. There's a lot you can add to each of those techniques. Now, I know Assistant Regional Instructor Alex says this a lot, but it's true. You never have it. Martial perfection is almost impossible. I would say impossible. So there's always something that you're trying to perfect more so. And those are the students that do make it further. They're not, doesn't matter what you give them, they're going to find a way to absorb much of it as they can. Always look at what can be better. And if you keep looking for it, you will find it. There's always something that you can be doing better. Nicole, that was good, but that was a little bit too much to your sides. Try to have your arms not go here, but a little bit more away from you, almost like your knock bone when you do judo. It's a similar distance in the arms. Yes, that's better. I'm gonna give everybody another minute or two. Keep going. Good. Alexander, same thing with this one, less here, a little more out. Good. All right, then today what we're going to do is try this with just one hand. And this relates to a lot of your Danhen practice, a lot of your training. One of the reasons why you're practicing it like this is because this is where all the strength is coming from. It's coming from the center and it's coming out to the extremities. So even if I'm doing, say, this motion, say I'm doing it with one hand, this one is still coming from the center, except this one will come back to the hip, right? So it's not like all of a sudden now I'm just doing this. That expanding and closing motion has to happen, even if you're only using one arm. So from here, you can bring the hands like this, but then from there, pull this elbow back tight and open with one hand. And you shouldn't, if you feel any like shaking or snapping or jolting of the neck, a lot of you know what I'm talking about, that jarring feeling, that's a sign that you were out of balance, okay? So if I just try to snap with just this arm, I'm gonna feel that in my neck and in my head and through my body. So let's go ahead and try from here. Cross, we're gonna go, instead of this way, cross them, round the shoulders, and then you're just gonna do this motion. But if you feel that jarring motion, you know that you're out of balance, okay? So try that again. Put just as much or more concentration on this hand. Ready? And open. Right. Gather and open. Good. Gather and start to go through that. Remember, you're going from the center of your body. That's even why you do this warm-up movement. It's training you for that. Good. Keep going. Try it on both sides. You'll find that one side is more balanced than the other. That's most people. Good. Really pull that to the hip quick. Palm up, you say, when you finish. Make sure that palm is up. Good. Everybody, just like you rotate from one start to another, you have to rotate to here. This is still rotated. So you're not just like this, but rotate that on your hip. Now that one's ready too. Good. Okay, let's try the down block. Same from like your kata. When you're doing kata, you do this, right? But again, you'll see it a lot of times. They're a beginning student, they'll do this. That's all they can think about. That's all the mental energy that they have, is just to think about that. But at a higher level, you should be able to think about this whole thing at once. So now don't imagine you have two separate arms. They're on the same gear, okay? So from here, bring those shoulders forward, pin those elbows. That's why when you do kata, you're trying to pin those elbows together. And I know it's hard for some of you, that's because of the back flexibility. So, but if you pin them, you'll notice that you feel that rounding in your back. That's why you pin, one of the reasons why you pin your elbows. So go ahead and pin the elbows. And then when I say go, open the chest and go to that down block position. Okay. All right, let's try it. Ready? 1. Go back. And 2. Remember, concentrate on that coil and opening from the shoulders from the center. And 3. Good. And 4. Right now we're doing a forward down block, so you should go to a fugo if you're not in a fugo, just like in your kata 1. And 5. Good. Make sure you don't twist. Stay square. And 6. 7. 8. For those of you who teach, don't explain that to a new student. This is just way too much for them to understand or even try. They just can't even do it. But for yourselves, you should start to understand that. Good. Okay, let's go to the other side. It's 10 times. But again, what's the principle today? You know all these forms, but you do them correctly. The principle is coiling and uncoiling, closing and opening, close and open. Again, concentrate on the opening from the center. Close and 2. Don't twist. Close and 3. Shoulders forward. Molly, this hand should be down in front. Right. And 4. And 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Right, even on this one, this hand's still turning like we were talking about. You can actually rotate both of them like that. Because it's just like when you do your horse, when you're doing punching, it's the same thing, right? Rotating. So same thing here, rotating. Coil, rotate. Rotate them both tight and release. That's it, right? So try to make that looks better. twist both hands and let that connective tissue do all the work. Good. Okay. All right. So let's put that together on one side. Just go to like a boggle position. And then from here, I want you to close. And then from there, down block to the front. Good. Now the feeling should not change from this. It has that same closing and opening feel. Good. That was it, Nicole. Good. Then the next movement, close, except this time we're gonna kyatsu in front of us. Kyatsu. And from this position, bring it up. Yes, this is a boggle position. We're gonna add the legs in a minute, but we're focusing mostly on the upper body right now. So 1, then bring it in, kyatsu. Now this one, just bring this hand underneath and then rotate it palm to the floor. Then it will go palm up as it comes to the hip. Gansu. That's it, good. Let's just try those 3 together, ready? But again, main point, okay, is this and this, okay? So go ahead and coil, watch that thumb. Don't lean though, back straight. Round and 1. Good. Bring it underneath. Shoulders forward and 2. Bring this hand underneath, palm down. Then you're gonna rotate it to the hip and go. Good. Then from here, bring it in like this. And this hand's gonna rotate almost like both palms are facing your opponent. And this one will twist to the hip and pseudo. Right? So they're both, you're trying to show both of your palms. So instead of this way, turn it that way. Good. And they both rotate. Rotate and rotate. Good. All right, ready? From the top. And 1. And both shoulders forward. Really good. Have both shoulders forward. That's it then. Open. That's better. Good. Good. Next one from there. This one comes underneath. And rotate that hand quickly to the hip. Good. Then from here, try to show both palms. And rotate. Good. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and try that on your own a few times. Those are the camera's on. We'll go to C. We can give you some corrections. Ife in a bagua. Sit in a bagua. Bagua position. Good. Keep going. Work on that rotation. Make sure your rotation is not going to the side, but it's going forward and back. Forward and back. Okay. Good. Keep going. It's good, Albana. Good. Try not to twist on this one. Try more round. Good. Good. Okay. All right, everybody try here with me. Go into a crane position. Shoulders rounded and 1. Down. And from here, shoulders rounded. Then you're going to shift to a bagua position 2. Okay, just in case some of you missed that, we're going to end up going this direction. Okay, so I'm going to pick up, I think that should be your left leg. Let's see. Yes, it is your left leg. Okay. So then round and then down block in a horse position. round. Then as you do your kyaksu, that would be this one, we're gonna actually shift to bago position. Okay, and then from our bago position, we're gonna coil that shoulder and we're gonna time our hand and foot to a fugu position. Right, okay, let's put that together. Ready? I'll start way over here. Some of you might have to keep adjusting your feet. I think one of you has like 3 feet of space, so do the best you can. Ready? Pick up and block the kick. Then round those shoulders, draw that arm in, and kyaksu to a bago position. Then from here, pull that shoulder back and fugu. Good. That's it. And then from there, bring this hand in and bago again. Good. Okay, let's try it again. And 1. Round. Remember, throw from the center. 2. Pull it back, round the back, and 3. Good. Pull it back, but try to round and throw. 4. Good. Okay, try that again. So even though we're just doing this, reminder, we're doing this, right? But don't just do this. Round, open. This is either going from closed to open or from open to close, okay? Try to generate your power from that, the shoulders opening and closing. Again, that's one of the main points today. Okay, let's do it again. So knee up, round those shoulders, and boom, chest is open. Round the shoulders, chest is open. Round the shoulder, chest is open. Good. There you go, Daniel. And from here, pull this back, round the shoulder, round both shoulders forward, and open. Good. Okay, go ahead and try that on your own a couple times. Good. That's it. Close the chest, Daniel. Then open. Good. All right, Angie. Right. Horse, bago, fugu, and then bago for the pseudo. Try to match the feet exactly with the hands. Good. Good. Keep going. Josh, that was good, but when you came from here, think about this arm, but also bring this arm across. So it's the same feeling of that center folding motion. And then from there, this one can just come here or back to the hip, but start in that same closed motion. So the point here is don't favor. So I don't want to concentrate on this arm and not this one. Both are gonna go. Try to be equal when you close, right? Close, then go. That's a little better, right? Dude, everybody, it's the same principle as in your judo. Like those of you who have more judo experience, when you go to do a fall, what do you do with your arms, right? You bring them in. And then you kind of close the body, because from this position, you don't know which way you're slipping or falling. You can open in many different angles. So you're opening from your center outward, But if you're not in your centered position, you're limited in which way you can respond. Okay. Good. That's it. Good. Good. 30 more seconds. Okay, everybody, go ahead and stand up. All right, so concentrate on that. And some of you can even try different hand attacks. You can do a pseudo, you can do a hammer fist, you can do a back knuckle, or just stay with that sequence and just try to drill that for, tomorrow, try to drill that for 10 or 15 minutes. Just inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then on Wednesday, we're going to move on back onto your Huyang Bo. Those of you at the regional lesson, remember that motion where you're then scooping and then leaning back and rotating. We're going to get into that one a little bit. And that one in particular is just so good for your hips and your back. All right, so we'll try to cover that a little more in depth. In the regional lesson, you're hitting so many techniques, but tomorrow we'll take that movement out, explain how to really develop that. Okay?
No, just want to say hello.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? Can't hear you. I can't hear you, so I don't know what the answer is, but
Good.
okay, good. That's good. Yeah, it's going to get intense over this next week or two, so everybody just stay positive, keep practicing hard. Okay, always better after class. So we're going to go ahead and finish up for today. We'll just do a bow to finish, and then we'll do a Q&A. If anybody has any questions, you can stay back in there. Grandmaster. To each other. Okay, well, that's it for today. That's your class. That's some of the principles of snap form, but those can be applied to any of your practices. Okay. All right, and then I will turn the mic on. You can either type it or you can say it on the speaker if you have any questions. If not, that's it for today.
Thank you, Sister. Good job. Good job.
That's absolutely, Sister Angela.
Thank you, Sister Regional. Thank you, John, Sister Regional.
Thank you, Dr. John, System Regional Dr. Alex.
Oh, let's see. Good here. Hello. I did have a question for the strikes.
Yes.
You mentioned judo, where you close open, so it's closed open, closed open.
Yes.
But for these attacks, I was wondering, is there the ones where you do the gangsu and the pseudo?
Mm-hmm.
Is that instead of closed open, is it more open closed?
That's
the
actually
way
a
around.
question. So you can
Okay.
go from more open to closed, but when you're
Right.
when you're twisting, so for example, when you're twisting, you don't want to be overly arched. So you can also twist in more around the body as you're twisting. So you're more like you're more concaved as you twist instead of this way. And then from there you just release it and relax. Right.
Oh, okay, I see.
As you
Because when we're
practice
in the,
yes.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
When we're in the horse position, stationary,
Yes.
and doing it with both hands, there for those ones, it's more like you start closing and then you kind of like open your chest when you straight.
Correct.
But then when you're doing it in the bagua position, I wasn't sure. So yeah,
Yes.
that makes sense. Okay.
Yes, and that brings up a good point. As students, this is your study, So as you've done it with plenty of other forms in the past, I'm sure you do it a certain way, and all of a sudden your uniform goes, what? And you're like, oh wow, what was that, right? So as you just keep trying to be present, one of the most important things when you practice is not just that going in and doing the work and I'm doing my practice like you're brushing your teeth. It's like your time to be present with yourself and just try to feel what it is that's happening with your body and with your movement. And over time, that's actually part of the reason why a much higher level student picks things up so much faster. It's not just because they've done the movements before, but because they have a much better relationship with what they feel as they do it. So I think when you're practicing it, just try to feel that. Sometimes you'll even pull back and go, let me just concentrate a little bit around my back a little more, and then what happens. Boom. And it comes out a certain way. So, right, for that one, I would actually just concentrate on twisting, but not overarching the lower back, try to round your lower back a little bit. The lower back. Right, and then release it. Right. Oh, try not to twist too much. Try to concentrate on more sitting back as you go.
Yeah, I'm in my knees. Yeah.
Okay, right, try it again. Pull back. And go. Right.
But okay, and then this one, it goes
Just a little
like
closer.
reaching forward, right?
Yes,
Or-
yes. Right. Right, play
Right.
that. If you have any questions, send me a message. Try it for like the next day, and then if you have any questions, let me know, and we'll go over it.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Thank you, Sister Instructor John.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sister Instructor Alex.
Thank you, Sister Instructor John. Sister Instructor Alex.
Tyler, see you next time.
Have a good night.
Good night.
I have a quick question.
Yes?
Yes.
Do you mind repeating the hands one more time? I got this. I couldn't figure out what I'm doing here.
Yes.
I know this.
This one is this position, and you're going from your palm up to your palm down, and you're hitting with your index finger.
Okay, so it's a pseudo.
This is called a gansu.
Oh, that's Gansu, yeah.
Right, gansu is hitting with the fingertips. So you're going from here. Then it's just a gansu is just like your punch, but instead of hitting with your knuckle, you're hitting with your finger. Right.
Okay, and how about on the side? This on the
This
side,
one. So the first one is a hammer fist.
like
This one is a kyaksu, and in a kyaksu, you're hitting with the bone here.
okay,
Right.
the
So
side.
that's hitting this way, kyaksu.
Mhm.
Right. Gansu. Then the last one is you're leading with your palm, but then you rotate at the end and carve with your pseudo.
Okay,
Right.
Thank-
Yes.
thank you, Sister.
Yes. Absolutely.
Great lesson. Thank you.
Yes.
Regional Instructor John, I got a quick question. When we were going from the Fugal in the last position to a Bagua, how do you manage your lower body movement?
Good question. What you do is you kind of pull back and coil, and then the way that you best transition from the Fugal to the Bagua is as you release your attack, your foot and your hand are going the same speed, but you actually want to sit back. Imagine like there was a chair where my back leg was, and I'm going to try to sit into it the same time that I do that. Right.
Mm.
You feel that?
Yeah. Here as I'm turning,
Yes.
sort of like kind of flexing the glute almost
Yes. Yes.
in a way,
Yes.
man, and just here.
Right. Right. So that way now you feel the coiling is not just coming from your arm and shoulder, but it's coming from your torso, it's coming from your glute, it's coming from your back leg.
That sort of creates the resistance.
Correct. Right. And now that's more coiling with your whole body instead of just with one part of your body.
Yeah, that feels much better.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Assistant Regional Head Instructor John, I also have a question if you've got a little more time.
For sure.
Is there anything we can do to compensate for slippery carpet? I keep pulling the insides of my thighs with like the low Fugal position or the side positions or the splits at the end.
That when you are in like a Fugal position, just always make sure.
Yeah, like if I get into my,
I'm getting some echoing here for some reason.
sorry.
That's okay.
Mute your microphone.
Yeah.
No, I still hear myself. What's going on? Okay, so when you're when you're in a frugal position, as long as your knees over your toe, it'll be safe. You won't slide out into a split position. So, for example, if I'm in a frugal position and my knee is kind of over my toe, but not quite, what's going to happen is I'm going to keep splitting, you see? And that's going to be difficult on your hips. But as long as your knee's over your toe, it's going to be painful, but you'll sink lower, but it's a safe position. So that's one thing to check, is that. But I have the same thing here. The carpet's pretty slippery. So, and then the other piece would be, but I actually kind of like it because it's a teaching. There was one time that I heard that Grandmaster was teaching on a hardwood floor, but he took a bucket of grease and spilled it all over the floor before the lesson started. And if you weren't in the right position, you were going down. So, but if you were, if your knee was over your toe, if you were centered over your hips, you'd be fine. It would just look like you were skiing across the floor. So, all right. So those are just a couple. I don't know if that answers your question, but a couple things to think about. I can't hear you now.
Your mic's off. Nicole, your microphone's off.
Sorry, would the split try to be over my hips, like straight back? Is that the way, or should I just not do that so low in this room?
Are you talking about the warm-up movement?
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know why I keep getting. I would probably just make those low for the warm-up movement until your hips are ready.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay.
Assistant Register John, I have a quick question.
No.
I think I know the answer, but I'm just curious. You mentioned when you're doing closed to open with like a kyaksu,
Yes.
that you want to pull back on the offhand to balance the strike. If you're unbalanced, you'll feel your body kind of shake. You mentioned your neck shaking.
Yes.
When we're doing, say, from that sequence at the end, we do that down block, and then we're doing a kyaksu as we shift into a fugal position. We're only using one hand to strike. The offhand is underneath.
Yes.
So you're essentially striking with one arm.
Right.
Is the balance or the counterbalance in that movement the shifting of the feet to balance the single arm strike because you're not able to pull back? Or is it the shoulders, just the shoulder and expansion that's
Yes.
really counting it?
Yes, exactly. So even though this hand's not going that far, you see my bottom hand, I'm still pulling that shoulder back.
Okay.
And if you do that, you should still feel that balance.
Okay.
As I said to Assistant T, though, just keep playing with it and
Okay.
and feel it out. Practice it over the next day, and then you'll start to feel, and you'll get some more questions out of that too.
Okay, so you're taking like a larger movement and you're just making it smaller as you get it better at it. You're making it a much smaller movement.
Correct.
It's the same idea though.
Correct. Same thing with like a jump. Instead of having to pull the shoulder all the way back and forward, it's just a small motion in the shoulder, and there's still a lot of power there. So same idea. Instead of now I'm pulling it all the way back, it's just a small pop with the shoulders, but still has the same power.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Sister.
Yes. Okay, I think that is it. Anybody else has any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I think that's it. So everybody have a good night, and I will see you all on Wednesday, I believe, right?
See you soon.
Good night.
Night.
A couple meetings after.